Well, howdy YouTube, and Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever else you might celebrate. Well, for us in the United States, it's Merry Christmas. Or for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy them. Doing a real quick video here. It's kind of a thank you video. I got an email from NC Medic about a week ago telling me there was a special package on the way to me. And today that package arrived. It's a Christmas Eve morning. And so I wanted to just get this thank you video out there to thank not only NC Medic for his generous donation, but for all of your continued support through these last couple of years. Without you guys, without my subscribers, none of this would be possible. And I want you to know how thankful I am at this time of year for all of your continued patronage and support. And so let's look at what NC Medic sent us. Can you see it there? Camera's all set up. My dog knows what it is. Yeah? Alright, let's go see what he sent us. Well, I was told to expect a package that was coming to me. I didn't expect it to be here on Christmas Eve morning, but it did arrive, and I wasn't told what it was. It's from the subscriber NC Medic. I'm sure y'all know who he is. He donated the last Dell R710 server, the big kahuna, that is now running in production on my network. But what the silly blighter did was send me one of these via FedEx at his own expense. I have been dreaming about getting, this is a Dell PowerEdge R210 Model 2. Not the R210, the noisy one that nobody wants, but the Model 2. Which has a few more features, which I'm not going to go into today. This is more of a thank you video to NC Medic, and we'll give you a look inside. But here it is. It's a 1U rack unit. This, of course, is going to be turned into a firewall. That's what my whole goal was in getting my lab rack set up. So this will either have pfSense on it or some other firewall program to make my life easier and secure my network. That's what the hope is anyway. So, yeah, I woke up this morning, had a very Merry Christmas welcome from this. Let's turn around on the rear and let you take a look at that after I cover the front of the unit. It's got the ears so I can mount in the rack. I will need to get rack ears or rack rails for it, but that's no big deal. Power button, VGA, a little indicator up front, 2 USB. Got our little pull-out Dell information with the MAC addresses and the ID of the unit. It's got a slot for a CD-ROM drive, which I don't need, but it's in there and available. So let's flip it around to the rear and let you take a look at that. All right, so here's a look at the rear of the rack. It has an iDRAC controller. I don't know whether that is an enterprise level. If not, we can pick one up for about 20 bucks off of eBay. We've got a serial port here. We have a VGA. We have eSATA, 2 USB, 2 gigabit ports, so it'll be perfect for a firewall, and then a single power supply. So that's the back of the unit. Let's open it up and take a look inside. So here's the inside of the unit. Got our control panel here. We've got a mounting bracket. I believe that'll hold 2 SSD or 2.5-inch hard drives in this mounting bay. Goes right here, and then it has a connection right here. Your 2 serial ATA connections, and then it's got a couple of he's got a couple of power connections here. I don't know what this connector goes to. Maybe it's a SAS. It appears to be a SAS connector or SAS power. So I'm not quite sure. It does look like a data cable though, because it has the little offset, the little L, but we'll worry about that later. So it's got a spot for a couple of 2.5-inch drives. I don't think that'll fit 3.5-inch drives. And then it has 2 USB ports internal. I believe those are USB. Yes. So if I wanted to, I could just plug a USB stick into there. This is the housing, I believe, for the CD-ROM or a hard drive. And I believe a 3.5-inch hard drive will fit on there. Let me see if I can figure out how to get this out. It says to pull this way, and maybe there's a little button here. Yes, so there's a little button You pull this out, and then you can mount, I believe you can mount 3.5-inch drives on this, but don't quote me, but we'll set that aside for now. Fans, it has some sort of a RAID card in here, but there is no battery, so I don't know if this is an actual RAID card or if it's just an actual HBA. Let me move back there, widen my field of view. This is what I'm talking about right here. It is plugged into this serial ATA cables, so hopefully this is just an HBA controller. If it's a RAID controller, that's no big deal as well. But anyway, it's in there. It's got a single Xeon processor. I don't know what speed it is. I also don't know how much RAM is in here. I would imagine, let's pull these RAM sticks out and see what they are. It's probably got 8 or 16 gig. Yeah, these are, actually it's got 4 gig of RAM. These are 2 gigabyte RAM sticks. So I've got RAM for this, so I believe it's DDR2 or no, it's DDR3. So I have extra RAM laying around for this I can plug into there. Don't know what CPU it is, but when we get into the machine, we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and take this card out for now. See what it is. It's a Dell. It's a dual channel, so it's good. You can have, in theory, I think up to 8 drives in this. I have no idea what controller this is, but we'll try to figure it out. And then the Dell iDRAC controller is right back here. So let's pull that out real quick, see if we can't get a look. Doesn't tell me whether it's an iDRAC Enterprise or not, but it does have the iDRAC and V-Flash card in there. So I'm going to assume this is the iDRAC Enterprise level controller. I would think it would say on the top, but it doesn't. But anyway, and then there's another plug right here. I don't know what that's for, but I also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 serial ATA ports on this motherboard as well. So I will definitely get some good use out of this machine. NC Medic, can't thank you enough. I have been dreaming about getting a Dell 210 Model 2 for months. Been looking around on eBay, just never saw one whose price I liked, but I guess NC Medic read my mind and was able to ship me one, and very grateful. Thanks again. Now, the other thing that came in right in time for Christmas and is going to be featured in some upcoming videos is this MikroTik router board cloud switch. Well, let me show you what it is. It's basically a 4-port 10 gig switch, and it also has an Ethernet port on it as well. So I saw this reviewed on another YouTuber's channel and decided to get one for myself. And basically, so what it'll allow me to do is I can use SFP Plus connectors, which I have coming out of all my Dell and IBM servers. I can plug that into these 3 ports, and then I can get an SFP to fiber connector to go from my PC on my desk to this switch and have a separate 10 gig network, which is what my plan is to do file transfers. As you know, I transfer a lot of large video files and data files back and forth, and I really need the 10 gig speed to make that happen. So I went ahead and with the money I'd made from Patreon the last few months, it also has dual power supply in, so you can have redundant power. Well, so they say. Now, basically, this thing, as you plug it in, you forget it. It's not a managed switch or anything like that. It was about $140. I got it off Newegg through a third party. It was the only place it was available. I looked on Amazon, but wasn't able to. But when we start doing shows on this switch, I'll share more information with you. There's the model number if you want to see it, and it's made by MikroTik, and it was a very inexpensive 4-port SFP Plus switch. And SFP adapters are fairly inexpensive, and fiber over this is fairly inexpensive as well when you compare it with Cat 6. So that's why I decided to go to this route. But you'll see some videos coming up on this very item. So as you can see, I actually got 2 new toys for Christmas, so I'm a very happy young man. I love it when Santa comes and delivers stuff out in your front yard, and you go to take the dogs out in the morning and have your coffee, and its presents are right there waiting for you. So special thanks again to NC Medic, who has truly gone above and beyond the Call of Duty. He must be a mind reader. I've been looking for a Dell 210 Model 2 on eBay. I've been looking at it for 6-7 months. And I mentioned in other videos I'd love to get my hands on one, and evidently NC Medic listened to my pleas and just happened to have one laying around and shipped it to me. So thanks again, NC Medic. And then the MikroTik switch, will be doing some videos upcoming on that. So I'm not going to go over the specs of this Dell right now. I'm going to leave that for another video. This is more just a happy holidays and a Merry Christmas thank you to those that have generated, or those that have donated over the past few years and keep this channel running. It is greatly appreciated. Like I said, we were able to purchase that 10 gig switch with proceeds from Patreon, so thank you to my Patreon subs. And at the end of the year, for my New Year's video, I'll be doing a special thank you to all those that have donated via PayPal, via Patreon, and via direct donation to the channel. So again, thank you all very much. We got some exciting videos coming up with these 2 new products. So we hope you found the video entertaining and informative. As always, a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your family. And now it's time for you to get off of YouTube and go spend some actual human interaction time with your family. Open some gifts, have a holiday dinner or whatever. I'm going to take the next few days off and enjoy the time with my family, and then we'll be back to making videos again toward the end of the year. So give us a thumbs up down below if you like what you saw. Leave your comments down in the comments section. As always, if you're so inclined to donate, we take PayPal and Patreon. Thanks again for coming to see us, and don't forget, we will see you on the other side.